Very nice. Sorry. Chicken mushroom pie. Very authentic. Probably one of the best chicken mushroom pie I've ever had. Yeah, and no shade, not exaggeration. Absolutely not. So I got it from a business, a family business. It's a small restaurant. It's more of a place where you can buy and go, as well as you can buy and stay. It's not a big restaurant, just a few chairs for maybe 12 people that want to sit down and have a quick meal. But you can buy and go, easily. Very, very nice. But the business is run by family members. You can see the mother, you can see the sister, you can see the daughter. It's anyway. Last week I was in South Africa, and I traveled to a space in Santon. I think it's called Rivonia, and I went to wash my car. There's a car wash, I think in some countries in Africa you call it a washing bay, or you know what I mean, where you wash the cars. In Africa you get some of these places where you can go and wash your car nicely. Now this lovely place has a petrol station, a gas station. So there is a gas station, there is the car wash, and there is a restaurant. Now this restaurant belongs to a lady who's probably Taiwanese or Singaporean, not 100% sure, but certainly an Asian lady. And she cooks some of the best food I've ever tasted in a foreign land. And I'm just being honest with you. Now the food is any kind of food, but with a touch of Asia, like genuine. It tastes honestly like homemade food. And if you look at the clientele, it's people from all over the place. You see white people doing great in life because you find Porsches parked outside. You find Ferraris, you find G-Wagons. You find white people from the middle class, black people from the middle class. Different type of people come all the time to purchase food. They're very friendly. Hey, how are you? You back again? You can see it's the same people that go over and over. And you can also tell that these are people that work because Santon is a very central business place. These people coming from business, refusing to eat fast food like KFC or McDonald's, they choose to go to this place and buy food. Now, this place is growing at a large number. I was very inspired because these kids don't need to go to school and learn any other craft to become somebody in life and survive, because that's what it is. The majority of people go to school to learn a skill so they can survive. Very rarely you find somebody going to school to learn something because it's passion for them and they live off their passion. People do school because, well, in a few years, you're going to need to pay your own bills. Therefore, you need to learn something that you can offer to society so you can pay your bills, which is absolutely different from somebody that says, I actually want to do this, whether I get paid or not. I want to be a teacher and get a good salary of being a teacher, because not everybody's meant to be a teacher. It's a vocation, You have to have it deep inside you. So many of our children go to school to get a job and work for a master in order to pay bills. This has inspired me because it's not limited to this Chinese family or Taiwanese or wherever you want to call them. This has inspired me because if you look throughout Africa, you will see some of the businesses that's created by foreigners are usually run by themselves with their family members. If you look at Pakistanis, they open a business in Africa. The business does great. But you will see a brother, a cousin, a sister, a child running the business. No fighting. Nobody saying, oh, I brought the most money into the business. Nobody acting like, oh, I actually own the business. Nobody saying, oh, I am actually the boss. You are all here because of me. My question is this: how can other people do it and we cannot? Because the very first advice we give to each other is do not do business with family. The first advice you will hear from another African person: do not do business with family. Because what? They will disappoint you. Now, is it a lie? It's not a lie. For the majority of cases, when you work with family, the business fails because there's no accountability. You cannot take them to court. You cannot push them to do things appropriately because they feel like, you know what, even if I don't do it, is he going to kill me? No, he's not going to kill me anyway. And we choose to rather do business with other people, foreign people, who are scared to be taken to court in case they mess something down. But in the same token, your business, your hard work, your investment, your studies, your development does not profit your children. When you become a doctor, your doctorate is for you, not for your child. You cannot give the doctorate degree to your child. When you become an engineer, your engineering qualification is yours. You cannot give it to your child. You cannot create a follow-up with your family. But when you create a business and you get your children involved in the business, you can create generational wealth. And if they run it well, this is not the first time. There's another place I saw. There's another shop that was in South Africa as well. I think it's called Wimpy. I saw it in Alberton.
Wimpy, one of the top cravings for those coming back to South Africa.
It's a place. There's a Wimpy in Alberton. The restaurant belonged to the great father. How do you call it? The father of the father. 4th generation. So I saw this place in Alberton. Today it's a Wimpy. Now, the Wimpy is just an add-on to their business. Their business was a restaurant. The restaurant was opened by the great-grandfather. The great-grandfather opened the restaurant. He served food, served everything you wanted, drinks and everything. Then he taught his son how to run the business. The son, since he was very small, about 8 years old, came to the business, helped his dad. At 10, he was active. He was a teenager working for the business of his father. Never really went to university. And he stayed there, built the business, created other branches to allow his family to grow. He had children, and his children also went to the business. Even though his children went to the university, after getting a degree at the university, they still came back to the business and served the business for the family. Why are we not able to do such thing? So kids don't need to go be slave at somebody else's business. Kids don't have to shiver, to be scared, to live within the boundaries, to be unhappy, to be unfulfilled. Why can't we work with each other? Why can we not build businesses for our families? Why can't black people have, okay, I'm a doctor. I'm going to inspire my children to be doctors like myself. We see that many times in many other cultures and communities. You see the father was a lawyer, the child is a lawyer, the sister is a lawyer, an attorney general, or an attorney at offensive, attorney defense. So they have a firm with the name of their family. They have a doctorate firm with the father is a doctor, the child is a doctor, everybody, each father is a neurologist, the child is a gynecologist, the sister is a pediatrist. Why can't we do that? I think that is something that we need to explore very much. You know why we can do that? We cannot do that because once our people get that position, you build a business together. Even if it's brothers, what happens generally is you'll see the wife of one brother coming to the business. Yeah, you can't be talking to me like this. Anyway, my husband is the one that put the most investment into this business. He brought in the most money, right? That's what happens. It's never that. Because in Africa, you even get difficulties getting a family of many brothers, like 4 brothers that are married, to all come together to their mother's family with their wives and children. Let me repeat myself. In Africa, it's very difficult to see 4 brothers born of the same woman that are all married and have children come together to their parents' house and sit with their wives and their children without any drama. Do we have some kind of inferiority issue? Maybe. I don't know. I need you to tell me about this. Why can't we come together? Why is it difficult? Why does the wife of this one always have to have a problem with the wife of that one? Why does this brother always have an issue with... I don't get it. I do not understand. When you work with your brothers, why can't you give 100%? In the same way you give 100% when you work for the man. Why can't you be as dedicated, as devoted in a business that has your surname than you do when you work for a white man, an Indian, a Portuguese, or a Greek? In Central Africa, Greeks run the show. They have all the businesses, but it's families. In Uganda, you see Indians run the show. It's family. West Africa, Lebanese run the show. They have petrol station, restaurant, events. It's families. And all we do is just pray. We just pray and praise God and cry our sufferings and beg for mercy and asking for money and wanting to be out of poverty. But in the meantime, we're still going back to the circle, going back to the field, working as a slave so we can have a better life. How can you have a better life? Your father's already went to school for 30 years. He's already established something. You can't sacrifice 30 years for only yourself. Your 30 years should be invested into your children in a way that they can continue the legacy you started.